And hello everyone, welcome to ZeldaSpeedRuns. On today's stream we have the Swiss round number 4 of Skyward Sword Randomizer Season 2, Deer vs Gymnast. On commentary we have Peppernicus and Raid Spinor, or Spinor, I'm not sure how to pronounce your username, sorry. Alrighty, and on tracking we have Muzu and D.A. Lucifer. How are you doing there, commentators?
Pretty good. Fresh off eating, so I'm more than ready to commentate here.
I'm tired, but I've been waiting for this matchup for about 3 weeks because this has been a long time coming. So.
True. It's definitely gonna be interesting. We have 3 dungeons and everything open, so we'll see what minigames have in store for us.
Oh, yes.
Which is definitely gonna be interesting. A lot of places to go as well, so maybe we'll see like early divergence from these two runners going to different places.
Back before minigames were added to the open settings, nobody picked or banned open. It was always left alone. So it ended up getting picked by the bot a lot, and it was really cool seeing like little divergences. And then they added minigames, and nobody wanted to play minigames.
Understandable.
So now it gets banned all the time.
But now we have it, and
we're off.
We're off, yeah. So right off the bat, we'll probably just see like a more of a normal Skylift clear that you've seen all the time, and it's gonna be important to see if there's gonna be anything like useful in Skylift even, with so many checks open at the start, you know.
Why do Jim and Deer have such similar link
Funny,
textures? How'd that happen?
Yeah? I don't know. Some things just meant to be. Okay, let's see what dungeon we're talking about as well. That's obviously also an important part here. Earth Temple, Laneo Mining Facility, and Ancient Cistern.
Those are some pretty nice quick dungeons. Gymnast going back must have missed a dungeon.
Yeah. I mean, even for me, it was hard to get all three on his side. I mean, of course, LMF usually requires like logically a lot of items. But you can like RBM your way around if necessary.
As I've proven again and again, you only need a beetle.
Yep.
Most of the time.
Ancient Cistern, of course, has like the only really reason why you ever need a scale.
Whip too. You definitely need the whip for Collecto.
Yeah.
So you're not getting past
That's
Collecto.
true. So you have like very like
2 heart pieces.
Yep. So Ancient Cistern has just items that you usually don't need for many checks, so you know they can be hard to find sometimes. So we'll see if that's gonna be a problem or not. And Earth Temple is pretty free.
Yeah,
Earth Temple is just
and Cistern are definitely the fastest dungeons.
Yeah.
Seeing chat say I'm kind of quiet, I can turn myself up on my end if I'm already maxed out on yours.
Yeah, I already turned you up as well on Discord.
So. Looked like Deer was ahead execution-wise for a moment there, because Jim had to go back and get his dungeons again. But
Yeah.
Deer's staying behind to make a bit magic file for use in back-in-time glitches down the line.
Mm-hmm.
That is because I am far from the mic. I can move it.
So far, only interesting thing were 5 crystals. But I don't see, well, probably no one will go for a patrol right away.
And it seems as if the runners have started with all of the tablets available. Jim, don't do this to me. Why is Jim immediately leaving Skyloft?
Well, there's so many checks on other places, and as I said, with everything being open, it's likely that Skyloft just doesn't have much.
That is true. Sphere Zero, though. Farron has 2 checks. 3. Forgot
he's
about
going for
Silk Ground.
Hindstone.
Even if you're going to Elden, you always get this hint stone.
That's
It's
true.
just it's right there.
That is very true. But I was need just to pay attention for what it says. Okay, Beetle is Spirit of Sword, and the way to Scaldera is through Patrol. So maybe we'll see early Patrol.
You know, it says Scaldera first on the hint stone, so I always read it in my head as Scaldera is path to Betro, and then I chuckle a little bit because it implies Betro is a boss. No, but this is what's cool about Open. You know, it has mini games, but it's great for chat because it has mini games, and we get great divergence like this.
Yeah. And I guess Jim just can, if he wants to, do like itemless Earth Temple, you know? It does it all the time. So.
You would need an RBM to get to the back half of Elden. No bombs, no mitts, no Book Beetle.
Yeah. On the other side, we see Deer getting the other Skyloft items here.
Nothing yet.
Yeah,
a
so
Goddess
far.
And a red rupee.
Useless.
And open does not just mean open trial or open trials. Open regions, so you don't have to find the tablets. Earth Temple, mining facility are typically open in these settings, but they are kept open. And the Ballad of the Goddess is not required to get into Thunderhead. That is open from the start as well. And there's just a hint stone in there, so you can just add that onto your Guy Loop hint stones, so...
Whoa. Where's Courage?
Keep an eye out for that Elden Volcano Suds. For that.
Yeah, he's on the ledge there.
Vanilla Heart Piece.
Bottle.
Deer.
Also interesting for Deer.
Yeah.
Allows him to save Oriel.
And set up Kina early on as well. You need the bottle for both of those things.
Question if you want to start that up so early. I don't think Jim is the guy that does deep spot RBM.
Yeah, as much as I love to see big spot RBM, these are the top two runners of the tournament so far, and neither of them is going to be doing big spot RBM, even though they know I'm commentating and I love it.
Sounded so defeated. Yeah, so it seems like Deer's also going to Ellen. Getting the hint stone. So far the gamble of Jim just skipping the rest of Skyloft has been smart.
I'd like to see Deer Claws.
That is great. That is very great.
Doesn't actually do anything for him here in Elden.
Not for here, but it's definitely one of the best items in general, and it allows like a lot of Linearu stuff.
Cliff was a heart piece, to answer your question, Jet.
Seems like Deer is actually going for more hint stones, I assume. And maybe Kina or Oriel.
Deer's going to want the pumpkin before Oriel. If you go to Oriel first, you can save her and drop off the spores and then do soup delivery in the same trip.
That's true, yeah. But maybe it just doesn't want to deal with Kina right now. And he doesn't want to go back to Skyloft, like that would be...
Well, I mean, Kina's the one that he is dealing with. Deer not bothering to look at the chandelier because there were gratitude crystals on it. You can hear those.
Yep, and you can just hear when you enter. Okay, seems like... Let's see if he is interested in starting the Kina quest here or not. Or if he's not as interested, but probably.
You definitely drop off the soup here. It's just now he doesn't have a bottle for mushroom spores to save Oriel. So. The sky routing not the greatest, but it's not like it costs him too much.
We could also just drink it or something and be like, I don't want to Dukina. Which is fair. Or he
Supposedly
wants
it's
to.
really good.
Hmm?
Supposedly the soup is really good.
Yeah.
Is he going to Betro? Why is he landing at the village?
I mean, you got a hint for Betrow.
Sword in Sansi and Mitts on LMF boss key.
Mm-hmm.
Those are some brutal hints. Those hints are a sign of things to come, I hope.
Mm-hmm.
Deer also incentivized to check Betro because Betro is path to Scaldera. And there's our path to Scaldera.
Mm-hmm. Early on, that's nice.
Assuming the other beetle is beetle locked, of course. Beetle is required for the last 4 checks of Earth Temple, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I guess logically, Beetle is also useful to wake up Yobel. You know, when we get to that. I mean, with claw shots, you know, you also have like so you can basically reach Yobel. So maybe scale is not as late into logic.
Yes, and Theron, where Gymnast is right now, there is a gold rupee that you can get with the beetle.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we'll see Deer go to Theron first, just if Beetle has something good.
Yeah, I mean, Beetle was also hinted to be thoughts, so just checking it out, it's probably not the worst place. He did get Beetle, so.
I do like Jim.
And
Oh,
there's
well,
the whip. That's definitely nice. It's only 50 rupees. Okay, that's great.
that is Sots for sure, and a
Yep.
Cistern Seed.
I've had enough money for anything.
Gymnast. I mean, claw shots are nice in Theron.
Another hint here. Heart container. Okay, Thunderhead is barren.
Underhead is open from the start, and somehow it's barren.
It's just Thunderhead things.
Oh, someone in chat asking about the rupee I mentioned in Floria Waterfall, which you can get to with a fence hop glitch. There is a gold rupee up on one of the cliffs that you can't see.
Mm-hmm. So, delivering the pumpkin soup as expected.
Jim?
I'm going for Rope Floria, which
This
is
is
also another
something-
way to go into Lake Floria.
Yeah.
And it's faster than going to the fence.
This is something that Jim and Esme actually have been doing a lot.
Okay.
Someone's gonna have to kidnap Esme and make her give up her setup for this because she is 100% consistent at Rope Floria, and it's really scary.
Lake Floria is faster if you're starting into Fern, so.
Yeah, you can just you don't have to go around by Bucha. You can just go straight to
There we go.
Floria Waterfall.
Yeah. So now Deer is going to heal Oriel, it seems like. Another hint stone as well. Okay.
Blood minigame dead. Skyloft trial dead.
Trial.
No.
Okay, anything
Sister
is
Baron.
Baron. Yep. So I guess the
Wow.
scale is not as early, probably, or maybe it's just unlucky for the placement.
Oh, Esme showing up in chat to indeed confirm that their setup is ridiculously consistent. Finally saving Oriel.
Yep.
Ancient Cistern was Baron.
Yes. Yeah. Now we can go into
the Kikui. Oh, he's saving the Kikui.
Yep. Q.
It's always fun watching a runner abandon Slingshot and then have the constant anxiety of what if it's required.
Yeah. Certainly. He is going to Farron. Oh wait, we need to mark Beetle for deer, by the way. And yeah, thank you.
Whip was on Beetle's shop.
Yep.
Oh, I can't believe how much their routes are different so far. Jim hasn't done Waterfall Cave. Jim doesn't have the Cistern Baron hint. Deer doesn't have claw shots.
Yes. Definitely. See where it goes. I mean, they're kind of lining up a bit now again.
I mean, this is why Open is so cool. It's just there's so much stuff. You have so many options. Unless there's a gold rupee sitting around, I imagine we'll see Deer get that gold rupee. I was talking about.
Yeah. Seems like Jim is going for Slingshot just to make sure here. Not skipping it. We'll see what that will entail.
Yeah, and I imagine he's just going to... I imagine he picked Farron for the hint stone.
Yes. Because, you know, the neighbor would have given a bit more checks.
Though Lineru without bombs is still a surprisingly low amount of checks.
That's true. But I mean, ball shots is still enough.
Yes.
Get a bunch there.
So,
I mean, he also has the patrol hint, so and the beetle hint, so I'll assume he'll hit that up. I mean, he wants to probably do the rest of Skyloft anyway, right? So why not check patrol and beetle when you get like money through all these checks and you get like crystals through all these checks? It's like perfectly fits, you know.
And Deer did not check what rupee was on Beetle's first 100 item.
Yeah.
But Jim can afford that with the whip, so if it's a gold rupee, Jim may be able to go
both.
one trip.
Yeah.
He may be able to one trip Beetle.
That is true.
If he's
And
lucky.
I mean, he's still capable of getting more stuff. I mean, still more checks.
Jim did not route Deepwoods into Slingshot. You got a green rupee. It's worth 1 rupee. Collect lots of them.
True. Never disrespect the rupee.
I love the red rupee description. Don't spend it all in one place. Is there anything in this game that costs less than 20 rupees?
Phew. Good question. Actually, I don't think so. No.
In Rando, the minigame costs are reduced, but in vanilla, they're all 20.
Yeah, for sure. Guess even the bug on the clean cut minigame, where it doesn't let you buy in if you have, even if you have enough money. So let's see what we get here. Oh, repairing a shield is a good idea. Hey, amazing slingshot. Check. All worth the work.
You could probably make that Elden Ore into a pretty nice, durable slingshot, though.
Yeah.
We're just now finding out what's on... Okay. It's just a rupee that Jim does not want. No, he wants it. He wants the money.
Yeah, but still a bit faster. Yeah, I mean, getting money when you know Beetle is sorts makes a lot of sense. Having as money as you can.
Yep. I am shocked I haven't confused the runners. How did their skins end up identical?
Seems like Deer is skipping Slingshot and going to... Well, at least going to Deep Woods right now and getting the Hintstone at least.
Deer did save Machi, though.
Yeah. So he can still do the Slingshot.
You might see him come back and do it anyways. But while Jim does a check that Deer cannot, we will be seeing Deer do a check that Jim has not.
Wow, that's nice, that's nice.
There's a face I know. Would you come up here and help me? Deer accidentally targeting Gorko 3 times, 4, 5 times.
Ooh, needing a long way around.
No, Deer has a beetle.
Oh yeah, 3. He can do the beetle here to teleport to Skyview if he wants to. 4.
Backup Boko! No backup Boko.
Yeah, he could have lured the Boko over and gone for a final blow. That would have been pretty funny.
I've used that Boko for cube warp. Like, I've accidentally killed the one you're like the intended one, and then used that other guy to do it instead.
Probably slower than just walking around, but valid.
I mean, Deer accidentally hit the Boko once pulling out the sword. Got screwed by Gorko targeting the second time, and then the third time was just too low on the hill and ended up.
Oh,
he went for
really
it.
going with that. That was pretty cool.
Jim went for extending blow.
That was pretty cool. Valid run.
Oh yeah, I was getting to Deer was actually really close to cube warp, but just a little too far down the hill, and the Skyward strike actually hit the cliff. Didn't go all the way out.
Well, let's hope Jim doesn't have the same problems. Okay, another Hintstone here. Gold Ruby and Allen Trial, Moldarek and Linear Desert. Okay. That's nice.
But that is still 16 different things that could be packed to Moldarek. Linear
True.
Desert is a very packed region.
True. But it's nice if you have like most of the stuff on the Linear Mining Facility and you're like, where's the last stuff? And you can like, oh, maybe I'll just check Linear, since I know there's something there.
Both runners leaving Farron at relatively the same time.
Mm-hmm.
With Deer having Z-targeted Gorko 6 more times than Gymnast did. Orchid really did
So
not
off
want Deer
to
be-
Eldin for Deer. That's the only thing that's really left. He did get the Thunder at Baron hint. So
That's gonna push the runners away from that hint stone that they haven't grabbed in there yet.
yeah, that's true.
It is right there, and it's just load times. So
Now he gets the hint for Ancient Sister be Baron. Probably would have wanted that before going for Lake Floria. Because then, you know, Lake Floria would have more likely not have anything.
it is very likely that scale is late in logic.
Mm-hmm.
Jim setting up party wheel. You never know if you'll find bombs.
Mm-hmm.
Deer doing bit?
Yep.
Is it really is it really happening?
Maybe, maybe.
If Deer's just doing back half Elden RBM, I'm gonna be so sad, but also impressed because that's a cool play. He's going for Rinna's house. Yes!
Hey.
And in case there is somebody in chat who does not know what Deer is doing, he's being able to play his Link on the title screen. He's starting his file and then changing a flag in memory.
Yep.
And then
And that flag is digging up spots, and that automatically collects something. It's just a
monster
treasure.
If you don't have digging mitts, it can be a little bit of a nice gamble. It's always a good feeling to get digging mitts from Dig Spot RBM.
Certainly a choice, yeah. On the other hand, we see Jim actually going for the mines check here as well. Very thorough.
Jim is a very thorough player. I remember in the co-op tournament, he went to Lanayru, and he did mines out of logic and did pirates without gust bellows. And then he got gust bellows and bombs, and immediately went back for the one check he orphaned in mines and the one cube he orphaned in shipyard.
Yeah, I mean, if you're very fast, you know, you can allow yourself to be thorough, you know?
Yeah, I think one of those things was harp, so it ended up working out for him.
Yeah.
That was an interesting race.
Whereas courage, form. Oh, is he going through mines even? I guess, you know, you can get the extra check there and you don't know how far away bombs are, I suppose.
Yeah, it's one check out of logic, though.
Yeah.
Like, if he could get both of them, it'd make a little sense. If we saw a death warp at the end.
Yeah, but maybe he's like, it's a little bit slow, death warping now. And getting to desert through claw shots, you know? And so he's like, okay, it's probably just faster to just, you know, break slide through here and I get an extra check. So why not?
It's a decently safe bet that as soon as Gymnast gets bombs or hook beetle, he's immediately coming back for the check he just walked past.
I mean, it probably depends on how much he is getting here. I mean, he knows... So when it says Lanayru, does it just mean Lanayru Desert, or...?
Yes, so Lanayru was path to...
Moldarak.
So it's just the desert check. So these ones, it's not talking about these ones.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, maybe he just thought that it's a bit faster to go through mines here. And going back. Deer going into turf and getting his claw shots.
Yes.
Obviously, it's like the last place he can really go.
I mean, there is one check in Lanayru, and there's some stuff he can go clear beetle. I'm surprised that Deer didn't get the gold rupee in Lake Floria. I really thought he was going to go for that. Song of the Hero
Maybe
piece for
the
Jim.
ancient cistern being barren dissuaded him to go into Lake Floria.
Jim is not death warping to go back and do caves. He's going to do desert first.
Yeah, I mean, you can caves at any point. And as we said, only desert is hinted. So maybe these just have like better chances of having something good, and he can just end on cave, you know?
Yeah, but it is always nice to grab a hint stone before going to desert.
Probably. But yeah, I mean, you already got a hint for deserts. Would likely
And then
get
you
another
just
one.
you just end somewhere in desert. But I mean, this route, it's very straight. It's, you know, he's not looping back on himself very much, and he may be making some slow decisions, but it's going to give him a fast time through Lanayru overall for the stuff he's doing. It's not what I would do, but given that Jim is a very fast player, I think that it works well for him.
Actually, don't think it's that bad, honestly. You get like this extra check, you want to do desert checks anyway. Like, I don't even think it's that slow compared to using claw shots. I think if you decide to get the first chest in mines, then you might as well go through it. But he could have, which is something I might have done, would have been just not getting the first check and immediately using claw shots to the caves.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would have got the first check, but I would not have gone through mines out of logic. Orphaning that one thing is so scary because it's always the harp in every seed. Every seed ever rolled, it's always been the harp.
Yeah, but I mean, you did, as I said, you don't lose that much time if you just want to go to desert, you know? There's 2 ways to go to desert, and both are equally fast once you get to the first chest, so...
No, actually, I'm pretty sure caves is still a lot faster in that case.
Getting to getting to the desert, not,
Caves
but getting
has-
to a check, yeah.
Caves has 2 checks.
Yeah, no, I agree, but if you just
Yeah.
want to get to desert...
I
That's
think
the
that this
difference.
play looks very good with Jim doing it.
Yeah, I mean, he does very fast break slides as well.
Yeah. That's a huge part of it. It's just mines is a lot more execution heavy than caves. Because
Yeah.
caves is just, you shoot the claw shot targets, you go bully Golo?
Yeah, I think it's... Gorko and Golo, and I think the one in desert is Golo.
And then the dude on Skyloft is Gondo.
Yes, the repair guy. You're going to caves and skipping the first mines chest.
Jim in mining facility. Grabbing the first
Yeah,
check.
the first chest there.
It's
on the
basically-
way.
It's basically just in Lanayru. Like, that is just a check. Like, if you can go to Lanayru Desert, you can get that check. So, forgetting it is kind of spooky.
Mm-hmm.
And then
So
Gortram
we're
runs
getting
the
caves here.
minecart minigame. I did not know that there was a Goron named Gortram.
Oh yeah, Gortram is that's the ride. Another 5 crystals. And the other check, obviously.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
it was a cave
You
key,
know,
okay.
Jim being entirely
Pirate
vindicated.
charge.
Harp and Volcano. And that's our last trial dead. I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
Was Farron trial ever hinted? I know the other 3 were.
No, Pirate wasn't hinted.
Okay.
But we got the
Farron
song.
Trial. We have the song. Farron Trial is keeping the dream alive. But Harp is an Elden Volcano. Not very many places that could be.
Mm-hmm.
But Jim getting incredibly vindicated for this route that I was trying to critique.
Yeah.
by getting Cave's Key where he did. That makes this route just kind of perfect. And ending with 30 crystals, too. He goes to Sand
Yeah.
Sea.
I think delaying
Patrol.
Beetle and Patrol is a good choice.
Yeah,
Because he
he's
gets
gonna
so
be
many
able to-
rupees.
He's going to be able to swab through Skyloft a lot faster than
Mm-hmm.
Peter was. puts a funny image in my head because swathing through Skyloft just kind of makes me think of like killing pumpkins with a scythe. But
You're getting the neighbor checks as well now.
we didn't really get a lot of new locations available in Linear.
Yeah, we didn't get anything yet in Lineru that would lead to Moldorak. So it might be just bomb locked.
It could be Cave's Key. It doesn't specifically lead to Moldorak, but
that is
Beetle somewhere out here in Sansi. And there's a sword in Sansi. That's it. That was a hint.
True.
I would have loved to see Gymnast.
Early Sensi is something we never see. Let's see if we see it now.
Just kidding. I was gonna say I would have loved to see Gymnast do P-Hot RBM for Skipper's Retreat, but he does not have the whip. That is Deer that has the whip, so... Wait, I mean you do P-Hot...
But you have to do P-Hot RBM if you don't have the whip, so...
Yeah, in my brain, you can't get past the rock in Skippers. That's what I'm getting at.
Yes.
But Deer, if Deer wants to, they can go full clear Sansi for a sword. That is somewhere.
Definitely find these early Sansi interesting.
It's a gym trademark. He does this all the time.
Usually, actually, he doesn't like Sansi.
Really?
That much? No, but you know.
I remember a few examples of Jim going to Sansi real early, but.
Yeah, I mean for sure, but he still doesn't like Sansi to go to it. But he decides because of the hints, and they make sense. Had like 2 hints there. Like potentially 2 hints with the cave key being. It seems like Deer does not think like that.
Deer also didn't even touch mines, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, logically it's 1 check that he skipped.
No, I think did he get the
check
behind? This is like behind the start.
Oh, that's true. I don't know if.
I mean, I'm a commentator, so clearly I miss all the checks, but.
Oh, that could be fair.
Gymnast getting the hint stone here in. Shipyard, that's right.
I will charge checks here for Deer. T-shard.
That is useless.
That is pretty useless.
He can go clear an unrequired dungeon now.
Let's go.
Besides the fact that he doesn't have bow.
Well, maybe the other spiral charge chest has bow.
It is worth noting that this is open, and there is a check in Shipyard now. If Jim wants to fight Moldorak and then do a minecart minigame.
Yep.
Maybe we'll see him do
The
it.
other Moldorak, if anyone is confused.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, there's 2.
Yes. The sister or something.
Estranged cousin of Moldorak.
Yeah.
Moldorak.
Not a hint stone here.
And there's the Farron trial then.
Okay, 50 pieces of gratitude are not useful. Oh, 5 shield earrings. Oh dear.
Oh, I forgot that this Moldorak requires Gust Bellows because it starts.
Yeah, it starts buried.
I'm so used to Bellows being a suggestion. Hopefully for Jim, the sword is in Pirates. There's always the chance that he doesn't need to come back. Deer isn't doing the RBM, are they?
I mean, he knows that Hop is an Elden, I guess. But he doesn't really have much to check.
And we know that 1 pair of mitts is on Element Bosky, which is very unfortunately one of the most hard requirement heavy checks in Mining Facility. You need bombs, you need bellows, non-negotiable.
Well, that might also be why the trials are all hinted junk, because the harp is so late, you know?
Yeah, Deer is going to be doing back half RPM.
Seemingly
and
so.
if the harp is on one of those dig spots, Deer's not going to be able to get it because it's. I mean, the mitts are so late in logic from what we know. Maybe there's just a pair of mitts on Volcano.
Yeah, there can be another pair, of course. It's just the one pair that
yeah.
we know of is late.
There are two of them, so.
Yep, there are two. Maybe one of them is in Pirate Fortress.
Maybe one's on Volcano Ascent. But Deer is also going to be able to reach Summit. And
That is
Earth
true.
Temple.
Yep. He would need to do Bombless Caldera, though he wants to do Earth Temple.
Goddess Sword Bombless Scaldera, which is spooky.
Yep. Unlucky placement of the time stone there. Time orb, I think it's the name.
I'm pretty sure Deer did that right. So
We'll find out pretty soon.
is it?
This REM is to break the boulder that's blocking between the front and the back of the magma turret.
I would have liked to see Deer intentionally get the Pyro cutscene because this part of Elden isn't auto commit. And I wonder if Deer knows that. They did kill the Pyro though.
Killing the Pyrup, I think, works as well. Yeah, I was about to say, I think that works as well for setting flag.
When is finding Bellowsless Molderak 2? No. I'm done glitch hunting for the rest of my life after earlier today. No circles for Deer. Instant disqualification.
Yep. Unfortunate. He tried.
He didn't get the funny glitch that does nothing but lose you time.
Yep. Sad frame. I think this is one of the few checks you can get here. See what we got. Ouch.
With claw shots in a bottle, there are also
I mean, yeah, it's the fire thing, fire sanctuary
3
stuff.
checks in Summit,
I mean, Summit, yeah.
3 hint stones that Deer can get.
Yeah.
Deer?
Not sure with Whip you can use this one here, yeah.
Yeah.
Which definitely
Let's go.
makes it pretty fast. It's definitely smart.
Jim did not get a sword in Pirates.
Yeah, he's sad. Very sad.
That was some great game over music from Gymnast. See if Deer gets anything here in Summit. Useful hits would also be very nice. But Jim is about to go grab a lot of the stuff that Deer did on Skyloft beforehand.
A little bit goddess, very useful. Yep, we need that.
Wonderful.
Just to go to the open Thunderhead that is already opened and barren.
Open barren Thunderhead. Here's Ballad. And no Skyview, so it's not even useful for Gorko.
Yep.
Jim getting his useless Spiral Charge. Useless Seed Chart. As Deer gets the useless Ballad.
I mean, you got Fire Shield Earrings on the second check, right?
I don't think Jim has checked the other one.
But wasn't it the... I thought the one near Lumpy had the C-Shard.
No, the one
Maybe
near
I'm wrong.
Lumpy has the earrings.
Okay.
I just saw Jim get
Misremembered.
one. Jim is going for the Thunderhead Hintstone.
Understandable.
I was worried no one would go for this, but Levias is dead and Dodo is dead. Caves is Sots, and Sky's path to Collectives.
I guess spiral. So okay, he knows the other spiral charge check. Oh
there's
my lord,
There's
scale.
Sky's path to Collectos. Sky earrings and Sky leads to scale for Collectos.
Jesus Christ. Wait, was there like a sky? Oh, well, was it on that one as well?
Yeah, it was on.
Jim's.
They got hint stones at the same time. I don't know who got which, but
Okay.
one of them got a Sky's path. Jim got a Sky's path to Collectos.
Yeah, but he now knows that there's only 2 checks there, and spiral charge was the one that got him something. He goes for the other check, obviously now.
Sky has a lot
Okay,
of checks.
progressive beetle. We know that one from. Actually, wait, that means
is
there's something
interesting.
else on the throw.
Yeah.
And we know
because
it's not
that
the
means-
50 reward. So Jim will probably get that. Unless it's
because-
the 40. That's a 40 reward, right?
Yeah, because there was a
Yeah.
patrol path to Scaldera.
The Jim also knows that Fire Shield Earrings is important now. So let's see if he'll follow that lead first or if he goes to Scala first.
A little unfortunate that Jim, that hint stone he got in Thunderhead, Deer doesn't need it because as Jim was getting that hint stone, Deer was resolving it.
Mm-hmm. But it makes a very quick path for Jim. He knows exactly what to do because it's a very clear hint path, you know?
Mm.
With, you know, in caves only Spiral Charge is there, and Spiral Charge only gives you the 2 checks in the sky, which have Fire Shield Earrings, which then can only lead to Volcano Summit.
Jim hasn't done Waterfall Cave yet.
Yeah,
Wait,
we'll definitely get his whip here.
what did the Skyward Sword randomizer community mean by this? Why are you all skipping Waterfall Cave and then leaving it for an hour? Stop doing that.
Why not?
Makes me feel scared. Jim is hoping for a gold rupee to the left there. Deer did not check what that was.
Rupor, let's go. That's one way to waste money.
True.
Back to Farron with scale now.
Not checking what the second 100 item is. He's just going. He's got places to be.
Yeah, he probably thinks it has resolved itself, the hint.
Which it potentially has, but on the
Oh
other
yeah,
hand,
we have to
did
check
see-
whip for Jim, of course.
We did see Betro
Someone could do
path to
that.
Scaldera, thought it was resolved, and then it wasn't, so...
Fracker friends, can you guys mark whip for Jim before you forget? Ooh, and he now can go for 40 and has, because he got the hint for Patrol 50 being empty, he can full clear Patrol basically.
Yes, and he knows that there are 2 items he wants there at least, so...
Yeah.
And setting up Owlin, too. Very... I want to call it risky play, but it's not, because Jim, he's got that executional edge. He's fast. So setting up Owlin, that's... I wouldn't call that time
Safety
loss,
measure.
It's, just like, it's a safety measure. Like a
Because you don't
normal
want to
person-
lose because of not doing Olin.
A normal person doing long checks, just because you're nearby, like really long ones, it's like risky, but this feels like a safety strat, honestly.
Going into the Ancient Cistern makes sense, I guess. You can clear it. You don't have to really... You're just looking for the boss key.
Yep. Ancient Cistern is... This is just the fastest dungeon. It's... You can full
I mean,
clear
yeah,
it.
but there's nothing here, so it's just like... if you're doing it last or if you're doing it now, it doesn't really matter.
And you were right, Jim. He's going for loose crystals. Round out Betray.
Yeah, it's just too perfect. You know that 50 reward isn't a thing, and you can
Deer
like.
now has access to a cool cutscene. He got the Stone of Trials.
Nice, let's go. We love that useful item.
Claw shot sink. And I mean, chat making fun of me for saying talking to Alan takes a
Oh,
long
and he
time.
gets the Sinstone, of course, as well. Aggressive beetle. Oh, shooting pumpkins. Wow, we got a minigame required. In a way, if you were to say logically, at least.
Air quotes required. Jim has the whip. I think there's no way he does that.
Yes, of course, but logically at least, you guys, you know. Hey! Useful
And that was
minigame.
also Fun Island minigame hinted that as well. So that's
Yeah.
Dodo and his minigame. Good riddance. You're getting a good. It's a good key layout.
That is nice.
I would say it's a great dungeon for Deer to Go mode, and that's a great advantage. But Cistern is Baron hinted in Sky, so
Yeah, I mean, it's always a go mode, Ancient Cistern. Well, for the dungeon. So we get the beetle here for Jim. And another thing that we know of. So let's see what that is.
it will be in the next 3 items because 50's dead.
Yeah. Okay, that could be one of them. That is probably it.
Yeah, it's probably that.
That is probably that.
Alright, vanilla cursed metal. Come on, baby.
Yay! Very useful. Sad he didn't need to check for crystals.
Betro was too scared to open the chest. He thought it was cursed.
Should have gotten his own gratitude there.
Jim's done with Betro. Never needs to go back.
Yeah, and he still has the fire shield earrings path that he can easily follow and get the scale.
And he can turn in the Hanred and at least visually finish up Beetle. Like, he can see the last check that he doesn't have. He's going to sell rupees to make it a guaranteed finish up on Beetle. Or sell rupees. Sell treasures.
Mm-hmm.
That's the wrong bird feather, Jim. Yes, the blue one. It's worth more.
No deal.
No, you can't have them.
My favorite feathers. Yeah, so we have a full pocket. You might want to check out Beetle again.
Especially with Honred, because there's just another clock there.
Mm-hmm.
What am I saying? Clock?
That was, yeah.
Is a check.
Yeah. I was like, what?
He can check the time in Beetle's shop, guys.
The clock, yeah. You can also ask 5 for the clock if you really want to.
They say you can check the time in Beetle's shop.
Yeah, clock pause time. No bombs though, so a little bit of slow.
Implies that I ever slept to begin with. It is a bit of a shame to see Galactos and Goddess Sword, Galactos with no bombs, no bow.
Yep. I guess that is a good that would have been a good reason to actually wait for Ancient Sister now that I think about it.
Yeah, and I mean honestly, you do the same with Scaldera. Like if you can go to Earth Temple with Master Sword and not lose time, you should.
Yeah. I mean, Baron, Ancient Civil's Baron hinted, so.
Oh, is this a 3 cycle? No. Yes? Is the 3rd cycle just shorter? Oh, now I see what Deer's doing. Not pulling the arm.
Not a Rupor. Dude, what is people doing here?
He's running some shady business.
Yeah.
He can't keep getting away with it. Deer finally finishing up phase 1 of Collectos.
Mm-hmm.
With Sacred Bow, which is going to be in the randomizer once the tournament is over, by the way. There is a strat on ZeldaSpeedRuns.com to 1 cycle Collectos with the Sacred Bow.
Mm-hmm.
And it's surprisingly specific.
Thank you. A piece of heart. You got a piece of heart for Beetle for giving him the Beetle back.
Jim checking the time.
Now we'll see the last 100 item here. Is it another Rupor?
Please be
Crazy.
another Rupor.
That would be so crazy if it's another Rupor.
Jim
Oh, he-
slept
did he-
so nice.
Nice.
Deer not wasting any time with that second phase though after the long first phase.
Yeah, the second phase is super free. Aw, it is Rattle.
The rattle better give a Rupor.
Yeah,
That would
just
be the
giving
best
50
payoff.
rupees for a baby toy. Imagine. Buying like... buying 2 times an item that loses you money and then a baby toy.
That's a great deal. Honestly, Rupors in Beetle's shop are brutal because if your wallet capacity is 300, right?
Mm,
So if you go to Beetle's shop with 300 rupees with the intent to buy all 3 100 rupee items, and the second one is a Rupor and the third one's required, it's just hurts.
for sure. So I think overall we're mainly looking for mids. Because of Harp. And
Yeah.
theoretically Bellows. Unless you want to do like, I think a bunch of RBMs.
It depends on where the boss key is.
Yeah, but I mean, we know we want to do LMF BK for the mids, maybe, you know?
Yes.
In that case, you kind of want to have be like, I think maybe you can RBM the Armos to be dead, but it doesn't sound
No.
like the best play.
There are 2 checks in LMF that are stubborn and refuse to be broken, and it's boss key and second crawl space.
And then
Those 2
probably one
checks-
of the Armos is probably just not a Skylar flag.
Trying to remember. No, it's the first gate you can't get past. You can kill both the Armos with RBMs.
Yeah, okay.
But
First
you
game
can't
all
actually-
requires hitting the crystals,
Yeah,
and that requires moving the platforms, I see. Yeah.
yeah, and the gate itself is not a Skyloft flag, and one of the crystals is not a Skyloft flag, so kind of out of luck there. But if you could get past the first gate, you can RBM both of the Armos to be dead.
Although that doesn't sound fast at all anyway. But if it's, you know, a way to maybe skip needing an item, maybe, but... Yeah.
Gymnast finally clearing Waterfall Cave.
Yep. I mean, it worked very well, this delayed Skyloft.
Yeah.
I think it was a
But
smart choice.
he got his bottle way later.
Yeah.
I
And
don't
he
think
decides
Deer
to...
got anything from the bottle though.
Maybe he heals Oriel right away. Maybe not. No, it seems more like just going... Yeah, with bombs, probably just... Going back makes sense. Jim is probably ahead. I mean, he basically knows where he's gonna get scale. Because he has the whole hint path that he just has to follow, which he hasn't, which is surprising to me, honestly, that he didn't decide to follow the hint path here. But I guess,
Okay,
you
but
know...
the thing about Sky is that There are
But the thing is, like, caves
More-
was hinted to have the wee song of the Lysots, Bird of Sword, and he got fire shield earrings from this spiral charge,
Okay, I forgot
and he
about
has
the
not
cave sots.
resolved that yet.
Wait, did he get the cave sots or did Deer get the cave sots?
I think he got the cave slots, but maybe I'm wrong.
I know that he's the one who got the path to.
He definitely got the he got the cave slots actually, and he immediately got the second spiral charge chest because of it.
Okay.
It was in the Thunderhead actually. So Deer doesn't have that.
Yeah, and I mean, there's always the chance that he's chasing the Lanayru Desert Sots, but I would think that
Ooh.
it could still be the cave's key. Like, I would genuinely do skippers.
Well,
before-
but there's not many checks left on Sansi, right? It's very unlikely.
Well, one of them has a sword. You know there's a sword in
Yeah,
Skippers
but that one is
Retreat.
already hinted, so it can't be the one that's the cave's key unlocks, you know?
Yeah, but if there's another sword in Sansi, then the cave's key is Sots. I am just, like, I know I can get a sword in Skippers. I know it's something I'm probably going to do eventually. But, I mean, I completely agree. I would be going to Summit right now. But if I
Yeah, I
wasn't
feel
going
like
to
you should
Summit,
have resolved that first, just in case.
if I wasn't going to Summit, I'd be in Skippers.
But I
not
guess you don't have like a spiral charge requirement for Levias, right?
He doesn't have Bellows. True.
I just mean in because I think there's no other spiral charge checks that I'm forgetting, right? Outside of the two boulders.
Yeah, those and Levias.
Yeah, so maybe he's like, I don't know if fire shield earrings is actually what I need. Maybe I need Levias, you know?
I think Deer was the one to get Levias hinted. I think that was on Summit.
Okay. True, there's also a bunch of hint stones he's missing out on. Oh, but with bombs he can even easily, like, he doesn't even need to REM anything.
Deer doing the time wasting time save here. It is not faster in Rando to call Fi to
Yeah,
skip
because
that.
it doesn't open the inventory screen. But still
And
cool. I mean, I guess for like if you have like a full wallet text or something, it's probably still faster.
But I mean, it's got fast text. Like, look how fast that is. It's almost instant.
Yeah.
The Fi text is definitely slower.
Yeah, but you can have like something like full wallet where it's also just one text box.
Bellows is actually turning out to be pretty important in this seed. You know, besides the obvious Lanayru mining facility and a hinted pair of digging mitts there for a required harp.
And so far we had no luck with the other part of the mitts.
But there's a sword in Skippers. One of the checks there is Bellows locked.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure Jim will do that after mines. Maybe that's why he ended up going to Lanero, because it's like, okay, I can do two things at the same time, trying to see if there's another thing in desert here, and if not, then I kind of know that I have to go to Sansi and get a sword and something, you know?
Yeah, and it could be two swords, could be sword.
He wasn't. No, I think. Yeah, no.
Bellows.
Was desert not? I think desert was path to Moldorak, though, not just
Right.
Sots. So it would be like Bellows or another beetle.
But the other beetle was hinted, no?
No, it's the Betrow was the Betrow beetle, which we know already at that point.
I thought...
That was the only progressive beetle that was hinted.
Hang on, no, I don't have seed bleed from another seed. I didn't play another seed today. There was a minigame. There was a minigame had a beetle.
There's a minigame, you're right. I totally forgot. True, so I guess it's most likely leading to Bellows, so it's actually pretty nice.
Yeah. I kind of forgot that it was path to Moldorak. If it was just Sots, I would have definitely gone to Skippers, but... did see Deer buying stamina potions. They're going to be doing Fledge Crystals.
Yeah, he already started, actually. He's in the second one.
He's doing it with one bottle? Oh no.
His bomb throw there to delay. Go in death warping afterwards, so that's very nice. Very efficient. The last
So what
check here.
Jim checked here in Desert?
Yeah, there's not too many checks left here.
Is
There
there
may
a chance
be
that
caves
he's past
is.
Molderak?
I mean, it would be either way amazing for Jim, like figuring out that this path is, resolving that path.
Well, here's the thing: is that there are 2 checks that Jim cannot get.
But again, it's probably unlikely that they happen to have. I mean, you need bow first to get the progressive beetle.
But every single check that Jim looks at that is not Bellows brings us closer to Chaos Scenario. And I want to see Chaos Scenario, where both runners need bow for Hook Beetle.
It's like Fledge, he has had 5 crystals, if I saw that correctly. Definitely
Deer
nice.
his way up to the Tro 40 for his bomb bag.
Yeah. Should definitely fill up to 40 if possible.
Jim went to Lineru, presumably to chase that path.
Yeah, but he's doing like Oriel and Fun Fun Island right now, so it's not that big of a deal. Like it's right next to.
Oh right, Deer got. I keep forgetting Deer has hints that Jim doesn't. I was like, both Fun Fun Island checks were hinted dead, but the actual party wheel turn in was only
for
hinted
him.
by Deer.
Oh, do you think he also gonna go for minigame? That would be sad.
No, the minigame was hinted dead for Gymnast here.
Okay. I mean, Heedle locked is. You're gonna need a bunch before.
Ella's gonna be in first check and skippers still.
Yeah.
Or, like, I don't know, Mitts can be in first check and skippers, and then you get Harp for Colin's letter, which is Bellows, It's rando still. Unfortunately for Deer, looks like Deer is doing 10 loose crystals.
Well, 7 crystals.
I mean, it's still 10,
already
though.
have. Yeah, that's true.
The other 3, they don't go away.
Yeah. Sounds better though.
It does sound like less of a time loss.
See? Jim?
Oh,
he
but
does not want to finish Sensei.
Betro had 5 crystals on the 30 chest.
Yep. But that would be impossible to know.
Is Deer... Oh my god, Deer, you can't do this to us. This is the second time he's done this, and the first time it didn't pay off. Or was it someone else that did this the other day? I don't remember. I remember somebody going to Betro with 35. Or 45 or something.
So Jim is, I think, now finally following the Fire Shield Earring hint. Interesting.
It feels like Jim has been jumping between...
Yeah, he's been a little bit torn on what he wants to do. Certainly.
Like, first he chases the Lineru path to Molderak. He doesn't finish that. Jim gets circles! Jim got circles! Jim wins, right? Like, that's just instant winner declaration.
Unfortunately, a free win.
Sorry, Deer. That's how it works. I can't believe that worked out for Deer. That... You know what? It's Deer. Of course it worked. This is the guy who forgot the claw shots hint can't be claw shots locked and won a race by like 30 minutes because of it.
Really nice.
It's so hard to tell who's ahead.
Okay. Jim is... Well, yeah, with bombs you'd obviously go this path, but what does he want here?
Earth Temple?
Oh, now I guess that makes sense. So I guess he doesn't want to fulfill the Fire Shield Earrings path yet. I don't think anyone is ahead until they find Bellows. I mean, scale is basically free. It doesn't matter when you get it, since Lake Florida's empty and Ancient Cistern's empty. So, it could be like the last item Jim gets if he really wants to skip on Volcano Summit for now, which I don't think because there's a bunch of instants there.
Yeah, I imagine we'll see Jim go to the summit one way or another.
I actually
I've never seen anyone do this side hop facing this way.
definitely greedy, yeah. You can just hang off the ledge and you get a free setup, but
I don't even hang off the ledge. I just have never seen anyone do it with their camera facing towards Lower Eldon.
fair. I don't know if that really changes anything.
It just looks weird. You can see a lot of Eldon.
Okay, nothing interesting here.
I mean, that's Rickety Coaster did. So there's a minigame.
Yeah, that's how I do the jump. I just like hang off, get up, and then jump because I have the perfect angle then. Don't need to set up any. I mean, the angle is not hard to set up. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm just, doing it like that.
Jim did set up Spirit. I must have missed that.
Yeah, he did it after he sold the treasure.
I have that logged in my head as as an advantage for Deer. It's like, oh, Deer set up Spirit. But I guess Jim did as well.
Okay, so it seems like Deer decides to fully skip Slingshot. Actually, never mind.
What? Farron again for Deer.
Power. Got info on that, right?
Yeah, every trial has been hinted at.
Yeah, except for Fair and Trial.
No, Farron trial has been hinted at.
Aww.
I want to know what the thought process here on Farron is. I want to know what these runners' thought processes are.
You should ask him that. I heard the interview.
Yeah, like
I
I also like, why is Deer and Farron to get 2 checks and
honestly,
one
I think
Slingshot?
for Jim, I think he just didn't pick up on the Fire Shield Earrings path hint.
But he
thought-
abandoned the
Yeah, and he probably didn't, and he maybe even forgot the caves key that he got in Desert.
maybe. It feels like it. There's always the chance that he assumes, oh, I need Hook Beetle. Oh, I need
Exactly. Not having anything to interrupt the cutscene here. Although I think maybe claw shots work. No? But maybe it's not far enough.
Tell me a runner, other than Deer, who would go to Farron, get the bomb lock checks, find only Erla, and then leave Farron.
That is interesting, yes. And now he is going to Earth Temple, I assume.
The immediate Jaznix from DA Lucifer. Okay, you know it's a fair answer. And speaking of
I feel like
Jaznix,
Jaznix would have probably done Snake Shot.
speaking of Jaznix, we have the bug net. Bug net's useless. It's just I love seeing the bug net.
Ooh, sword. Worth it.
Our first sword. A deer following Jim into Earth Temple. So what are our runners looking for still? Bellows? Bellows-less LMF would be such a power play right now. Like I know it. Hey, hear me out.
I mean, you're
You
just missing
know
out
there's a sword in
mitts.
Sansi.
But you're just missing out mitts, no? I need to go Bellowless LMF.
Yeah.
And mitts has harp, so it's like hard required.
If you find mitts,
then it's
then it's like an actual good play.
beforehand it's wasting time because you might just have to re-enter and go all the way to the boss key chest.
Chat seems to be convinced that there's a bow logically hard required for the seed. That isn't true at all. These runners do not need the bow. They do not need the hook beetle.
Yeah. I mean, logically they do. Because the whip trick I don't think is, yeah. So, the game would want to put the bow somewhere. Which honestly might be... I mean, it has to be before MF, so it might just even be in Earth Temple, the bow.
Yeah.
Or just in some random check that we've not done yet.
Gymnast knows there's a sword in Skippers, so realistically he's a sword and a pair of mitts. And potentially the Gust Bellows away from Goma. I know that Jim knows how to do Bellows lists. Because he did it in a race against me once, and it was very sad.
Ooh.
Jim combining his commit and reload with death warping out of
It's true, the
Westwing.
cave... I just realized the cave key could lead to bow, which leads to heal. Which logically would be like a paid path to Bulrak.
Oh,
So...
like,
Bellows could
vanilla
even
LMF
be...
small key vanilla Bellows. Can you imagine?
That would be funny. But I just thought about it, so we might have even not know where Bellows is, which makes this a lot more unknown than we thought it might be.
Jim with a great Earth Temple. Just like this is the Gymnast Earth Temple right here.
Yeah, I mean, he does most of this dungeon all the time, so you know.
Deer got to show off Deer's skill by going to Farron and saving one of the Kikwis. And then Jim showing off Jim's skill by doing execution things. Deer getting their first
Execution
sword.
things. And the last chest here on the other side. Ooh. Yay, we need crystals very badly, thank you. Very important. Can we get the 80 crystals? Outside of the loose
Hope our
crystals, of
runners
course.
don't have to do any dumb Betro RBMs where they have to get the Betro 70 reward on accident. That only can happen if one of Betrot's immediate rewards is crystals. The one on the chest doesn't work for that. So sad. Hey, wait, hang on. What's Deer doing? Pegs RBM. I've just wondered why they had the Wii Motion Plus thing open, but they're not going to use a bitsave file.
Music's so sad on Jim's side.
I started preemptively laughing when I saw Deer hover over yes on the Wii Motion Plus instructional tutorial. I was going to die if they hit yes for some reason. I was so ready to laugh at that.
Sometimes it
Sorry,
happens.
Deer.
Another bottle.
Very long after the first one. Not what you want to see if you're Deer. Because of Fledge, specifically.
Yeah. I mean, there is a Knight Academy Swords hint in VS, so maybe Gymnast will still go for it. Though it might just be Olin.
What hints do
Actually-
we have for mitts so far? We know that mitts are required for harp, and we know that there is a pair of mitts on the Lineru Mining Facility boss key check, which the runners need Gust Billows to get.
Isn't there one check in Earth Temple that requires the mitts, the first one? Or is it something else? Yeah. So don't know what's that.
Luckily, the Earth Temple boss key wasn't there.
Would have been sad. The music.
Wonder if we'll see a bicycle from Jim. I don't know what the bicycle actually entails with Longsword. He got it! Longsword bicycle.
Yeah, I mean, with longsword, you just do more damage, you know?
The longsword bicycle was something that people didn't really do. Like, it was known about, but very recently became the thing that people do in Rando. I haven't bothered to learn it because I'm scared of the meatball.
Yeah, I think it's just, you know, you have to learn it, and then you can do it. Not, like, super precise once you have it down, I think.
You love getting crystals once you know you're done with Betrow. Will now be someone from Jim's chat and say, "Hey, why do you side hop after you get the goddess crest? What's the reason for that?" Like, sword? The Jim needs
Oh
and he's
boy.
gone. Like, no mode, I guess, because he would need to go get his mitts to get harp, which he doesn't actually know where that is, and he would need to go get the sword somewhere in Skippers. Oh, and scale. I forgot that Jim doesn't have scale yet.
I mean, he just has to go to Volcano Summit. I mean, come on, Jim.
He's doing dig spot RBM in case it's harp, isn't he?
What makes sense? I mean, nothing else really makes sense at this point.
I can't think of a single other thing he'd be doing.
This new RBM that no one knew about. Nice, clear this. So you can be very happy. Get 2 of them doing it.
Ah, yes. 2 dig spot RBM.
Very useless, but you know, you got them to waste time. You know, that's also.
At minimum, 10 seconds time wasted.
Yep.
If the item is not useful.
I mean, getting Jim to waste time is also an achievement, you know?
True. I've been in
Like,
Jim's
here we
chat
go.
the past
Gale
couple
for
days,
free.
and I talk about dig spot RBM, so I'm sure it's fresh in his mind. Deer finishing up their dungeon, Jim getting the scale. I think the biggest advantage Jim has is just the amount of linear that he's done already. I mean, I'm thinking about it now, and you know that Desert was Path to Moldarak. The only progression item you got in Desert, besides crystals, was Cave's Key, right?
Yeah.
Sure, there can be something on End of Fire node, but chase that Cave's Key. It has to be Bellows, right?
Yeah, I mean,
If
at least you
something's
go
not on
for a
Fire
sword
Node-
anyway, right? It's not like you're wasting
Yeah.
time going to skippers.
So, I mean, we'll see what Jim does after getting scale, because this is
Yeah, I
still
mean, you get
something that
more
Jim
hints
needed.
as well. There we go with a scale.
Vi's hint
Yeah, there he
and-
got his hint for the colorful wheel. Nice, with 2 bottles. Perfectly
Deer-
getting a second bottle before this. So
Deer
very
not
smart
doing
choice doing Earth Temple. So you can use the statue at the end here.
Yup.
All perfectly planned.
I really want to see Deer and Jim both go to skippers.
There's the Beetle Info Patrol and the SOTS Night Academy.
Because when Deer finishes this dungeon,
Which
Deer,
I don't think we
they're
have
only
resolved the SOTS Night Academy by the way, right? So there might be Bow or a Bellows. So that's the only thing we're looking for here. We know where Hop is. And we need Bow in theory to get Beetle, a Heedle, which we know where it is. And we need
Yeah.
Gust Bellows, and we know where Bits is, so yeah.
I like straining my brain going through Deer and Jim's trackers trying to see if they got anything on Academy, but
No, I don't think so. Maximum, I mean, there's 5 crystals on Sledge, but I mean,
okay, hear me out.
I don't think that's a thing.
Beetle on Colin's letter. which
Well,
is
it would be
Harpal.
Bow, which would lead to Beetle.
Yes, right. Say,
Same thing, though. I know what you mean. Yeah, but it's really the question here if the skippers, if the key leads to Bow or Bellows here, because if it leads to Bellows, then Jim is in go mode. Almost. No, he is in go mode. He got
But if-
another sword. Yeah.
But if the path to Moldarak is
Leads to Bow
Bellows,
to Heedle.
if the path to Moldarak is Bellows, which is on the end of Fire Node, and Bo is just off
Oh.
somewhere doing a
No, but
thumb
that
thing.
can't be, because what would be the academy slots then? I guess you get leather here,
Well, Bo.
and then you use
would make
leather
it
in academy.
Owlin having Bo. That makes that whole thing work, I guess.
No, I mean, there's 2 items, and we have like 2 hints that has to lead to something, you know? So something here has to lead to way to Moldarak. So it has to be Bow or Bellows. And then we also have Knight Academy.
So wait.
Oh, wait, no.
What doesn't work about?
If I see it,
there's
with the
nothing
desert
here.
test. Yeah.
Yeah. Because if Fire Node has Bellows, and
Yeah, I
then Bo
forgot
is an
that, yeah.
Academy, that still works.
Very true. So we getting the crystal here for D as well. He
Yeah,
already has
Bo and
done
Academy.
5 Century.
Mit's just off somewhere chilling. And
Pumpkin shooting is sorry to interrupt you, but pumpkin shooting is a Knight Academy, but it was hinted extra, so it can't be the Sots hint. Basically, hints can't overlap. So although we know that there is a beetle there, it can't be the what the Sots is referring to.
Feel free to interrupt me when I'm just giving the randomizer ways to torture me later down the line.
Yeah, just wanted to answer that question, because that is something that many people would wonder if they have not really know about the hint system.
Yeah.
Which, you know.
The same item cannot be referred to by 2 hit stones.
Yeah. Okay, so there's only the skydiving chest. Wait. No, that was the only other chest, no? So he just gets the sword here. So I guess it is... Wait, then I guess we need Knight Academy hint. We need the bow, and we do have to do pumpkin archery.
There's still 2 checks you can get here. There's Cacti Pillar and...
Oh, that's still... I forgot that completely. The one by the pillar.
Don't worry, I forget it all the time too.
Yeah, that's it. You like have to turn around. It's like, yeah.
It's a little worse when you're racing instead of calming.
For sure. Oh, now you're not gonna wait until he's in, otherwise he's gonna get bitten. That one is pretty tight.
A lot of leniency there, actually.
Hmm?
It seemed to me like he had a lot of spare time there. Maybe I'm just cutting it close every single time.
Maybe. So there's the sword, and now there's the skydive chest. Is gonna be deciding factor. Is the cave key what was hinted or not?
Yeah, I mean, it's either got to be Cave's Key's Path to Moldarak, or we're going on a wild chase for the bow.
Yeah, but which would be in Knight Academy then.
I mean, it could be Mitz for Harp for going back to Knight Academy for bow.
Really? But Mitz is already like on the way when you get Bellows. But I guess it could be.
The seed can be much worse. I can make it worse.
Wait,
what? What? That like 2 swords theory that I came up with when I thought that it was Sots in.
Yes,
Desert.
amazing! You knew it.
I was.
You
I was
should
just
check
predicting
the
seed.
spoiler log.
Yeah, I've got the spoiler log open on my other monitor. I actually have a Discord chat open with a GIF of Davy Jones falling at the end.
Oh,
of
that gave it away. I see.
Yeah, it's Sansy. You know, he falls to the skydive chest to get the sword.
His swords.
It was not. That
and the rest of Sansi is completely empty.
Yeah, 2 swords and that's
Just
it.
2 swords on skippers. But what did he do with that?
So Cave's Key was Sots.
No, it was the way to Moldarak. So it can't be a sword.
Well, no,
so it can't be Mind Key.
Cave's Key was Sots. But the path to Moldarak is in...
Oh, it's in desert, yes.
Yeah,
but Cave's Key was in desert.
At the end of Fire Node.
Yes, at the end of Fire Node. And that is heater locked.
Question in the chat, is it possible for anything to be on Skipper's cabin chest? We are looking... The path to Moldarak has to be pointing us to Bellows. That's like the only thing we still need. And the Skipper's
Yeah, because
shack,
we know where Heedle is.
Bellows can't be on Skipper's shack.
Yeah. So basically, I mean, if there would be something else that we would have needed that we don't know about, then maybe, but no.
The path to Moldarak can be the bow because you need it for the other beat.
Yeah, exactly, yes.
Okay, I've been dumb. Okay, no, so it could
Yeah,
be the bow could be in Skipper's shack. It is true.
No, because Bellows is the end of the chain, you know?
No,
Oh, you mean...
because
Oh, no, I see what you mean. You
because
get Beetle... Oh, yeah.
you need both beetles logically to beat LMF. I always forget because you don't even need
Yeah.
whip anymore. You can just do it.
True.
You
Oh,
just do
man.
it big.
Logic be confusing sometimes. Interesting choice here for Jimmy. Now, unfortunately, this is not the right way to go.
Yes.
Unless there's a key here, but there isn't.
You just want to do fast check routing on this layout.
Yep.
Okay, so
Yeah.
maybe it's not back of Fire Note because I did forget that bow is technically required. I apologize to whoever I told in chat that it wasn't earlier.
Well, but still, it has to in desert it has to be bow or bellows.
Yeah, so it has to lead to one of those two things.
So there, wait,
or
no.
something that leads directly to those.
Oh,
things.
we're even dumber because you need bow to get Heedle, which is the only way to get checks in desert. So the desert thing has to be bellows, no?
Or bow.
Because you need bow to get Heedle to get checks in desert. You can't do the bow in the Heedle check. You know what I mean?
Wait, it hurt my brain a little bit. Let me think.
So there's the checks left with Heedle, right?
You're saying it can't lead to bow, right?
Yeah, because we need bow for Heedle, and Heedle is the only way to get checks in desert.
But Cave's Key could be the path to Moldarak because it leads to bow.
Yeah, but we have gotten all the checks in Sansi, no?
Skipper Shack.
Okay. Well, but
Yeah.
still, what is? Oh yeah, no, that makes sense. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because we need.
That would be very that's convoluted way, yeah.
Yeah, it couldn't be either or. Circles and tumbleweed. This man is unstoppable. Yes, we all know that.
And he tried the extending blow.
Oh my
Almost
gosh,
got it.
And he did dig spot RBM.
Yep.
Time to send my Kurt Zelda emote again. I just remembered I have.
Hint logic. Sometimes hint logic is very complicated. I agree. Sometimes it is.
I just kind of like spaced out that you need both beetles to logically beat linear mining facility seeds. The beetle, Hook Beetle is a suggestion when it comes to hard requirements, so I always forget that it's logically required for so much.
But I guess but just looking for like Knight Academy checks, which would be like Olin, the Collins letter, which we have not gotten yet.
You need Harp for Collins letter though.
Bro. So it can't have Gus
Harp is
Bellows.
blocked by Mitts.
Yeah, unless there's another mid somewhere.
And if Bellows is on... If Bellows is locked by Harp, Bellows locks the other pair of mitts, so the mitts could be path to Moldarak.
Yeah. Paperweight for Jim.
He now has access to a cool cutscene.
Yeah, if that's the case, Jadu, then the bow would be in the academy. That is one way the logic can go. That is correct.
So, I want to say there's no way Deer doesn't go do Pirates after Skippers. Meaning that he's a little bit behind Jim. But then I remembered that this is Deer we're talking about. And he got one Kiwi.
Yeah.
J-Dude, there are multiple possibilities.
I'm getting the Bosky here, which is nice. No, Bellows is not in the bag of fire, nerd. The thing is, the only other way. I know it's very likely. I don't disagree with that, but
I wouldn't even say it's very likely. I'd say it's equally likely as any other option.
probably. But the thing is that there's still one check in Sansi that the mines could be connected, the desert hint could be connected to.
Knight Academy Sods could be Bellows.
Yeah.
And the beetle could be the path to Molderak.
Yeah, the confusing part is that we have not confirmed that Cave's Key is not what we needed in Desert. That's the thing that maybe be confusing.
Until we know what's on Skipper's Shack, we don't know. Desert isn't Sots, it's Path to Molderak. What beetle is Path to Molderak? J-Dude, you can't get into LMF without Hook Beetle.
Yeah, well, you can get past the first... I mean, you can use Whip, but that's not in logic. The Whip trick to open the first gate is not in logic, so logically you always require Beetle.
Neither is Whip Trick Skip. I love the name Whip Trick Skip.
Yeah, Kievsky can resolve the Desert Sots if there's something on the in the shack.
Desert is Path to Molderak. So Cave's Key is Path to Molderak because it leads to a beetle in Skipper's.
Well, to a bow, which then leads to Beetle. And now he has bought. Oh, he goes for the
Bow that leads to beetle. Every time I say beetle is somewhere, please remember that I'm talking
about bow.
I'm talking about bow because I keep forgetting that beetle is hinted.
Yep. Both beetles were actually hinted, which is pretty funny.
Both beetles are considered sometimes hints, or item hints in the randomizer. So it's, if I remember right, it's the tablets, the harp, the swords, and the beetles are the items that can be hinted.
Yeah, that's why it's funny that both beetles were in it. Yeah, I understand why it's confusing. I was confused for a moment as well.
Jim not even going for the safer Skyward steps. Very clean Collectos.
Yeah, not even using bombs on the first phase, just using the Goddess Sword strat with a double spin while he's holding up his arms.
And, you know, even ignoring execution, making up time on Deer by...
It's just interesting that Deer goes into LMF here. He does not have a Bellows.
I would love to see Bellows in LMF.
That is their option.
Something else has to be available, right? Because this is out of logic. Deer needs both beetles to be here. Report at the end of Sister. Owlin. Do Owlin, please. Academy of Sots, right?
Yes.
You know that Harp is locked by Mitts, which you haven't seen. Jim still could do Fledge. Jim hasn't done Fledge, so that too.
Yeah. I find it interesting that he decided to go to Lake Floria here, Jim.
I have to ask, is Jim writing down his hints, or is he just winging it?
I mean, that's probably like a day-to-day thing. Nah, I think he probably... I don't know.
He's writing them down, but like...
I mean...
see that resolved Academy Sods.
Yeah, the Academy Sods is something that I would really look for, because if it's just Bellows, then you're happy.
He's writing them down in his mind. I mean, there's always the chance that he just wanted to get Sistern out of the way, and he's doing Floria because he's here.
Yeah, I guess it's totally fine, honestly. It's just a thorough playstyle. I just find it being like so close to like go mode, you know, it's just at least someone like me to just follow every hint and ignore everything else, you know.
I wonder if Deer knows which box they just RBM'd. Oh, quiz chat, which box did Deer just RBM?
Well, we know that bells can't be. Well, no.
Who technically has the right answer? Because if you say all of them. Alright, well, chat, it's too late. You all answered too late. We're about to see.
Well, yeah. Let's if I get something in Night Academy. We did check the closet, right?
Yup.
Archery is hinted, yes. It has the heedle. Or like the second beetle.
That's why I keep mixing a beetle and bow, because I keep putting the beetle places in hypotheticals, and then forget that both beetles are hinted. Bosky. Give me Bosky. Damn it.
Nope. You were disappointed.
No one has
I don't
done
think there's anything else on Night Academy, right? That doesn't require hop.
Oh yeah, no. It's...
But I guess it could be like some convoluted way where we end up actually getting harp before that check, but
Colin's letter on Kina's crystals?
Yeah.
Maybe.
But yeah.
We have Pipit's crystals, we have...
And now we're actually doing here the rattle put in that Jim forgot earlier.
He forgot this for so long.
He forgot. But this could also be Colin's letter. It's a slingshot. But hey, it's a slingshot.
Yeah. I like Deer being an LMF, but it's hard for me to know if I like Deer being an LMF because it's LMF. Or if it's because it's just like a nice risky play.
Is it? I still think you force yourself to go double dipping for mids.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to be really lucky that there's another mids here that is not locked by Bellows. And the BK. Hey, Nave's Wisdom, let's go, Jim.
He is no more wise. Maybe you would remember that Night Academy is sods.
Hey, Deer goes outside.
All trials are hinted dead. For anyone who does not remember. Gymnast. Go to Academy, Gymnast.
Yeah, I think he's just hoping to get more stuff for Academy. Probably doesn't, but he didn't even get Olo, right? I don't think he picked up Olo.
No, but I mean, he's got Fledge, he's got Owlin, he's got options.
Well, for Owlin, you need Olo.
And you could go get Ulu and then go get Stamina. He's going to Academy.
Yeah, but he probably wants to get Olo first. I would advise at least.
Yeah, like very, very likely that Owlin is required and unhinted.
Seems like Deer is finally getting the bombs checks in Linearu.
I mean, it's questionable if Jim even knows that Academy is SOTS. I feel like it slipped his mind.
No. I just think he's looking for more stuff than like one check at a time in Academy, you know?
Yeah.
Because that kind of sucks.
Yeah, Academy is not guaranteed to be the next thing to do. Like, Kina could have Collins. Collins could have Mitts. Mitts could lead to Harp. Harp could lead to Collins' letter, which has Bow, which gives you Heedle, which gives you End of Fire Node Bellows. Who knows?
Oh, he thought he had not started it. Oh no. He forgot that he started Olin.
E64
or forgot to pick up Olo. That is so unfortunate.
Oh, he was even in Farron doing Cistern. We totally
Yeah.
forgot to grab Ulu.
And
Oh,
the bomb
dear.
checks on Farron as well. Could have done
Deer
that.
set up a death warp and then... Oh wait, no, never mind. He just really wanted to hug that chew. Looked like he was setting up the instant death warp. And then got a heart container.
Yeah,
We know
now
for-
Jim ends up doing what he didn't want to do, just one check in Academy.
Mhm.
But yeah, he definitely forgot that one.
Yeah, I mean, there's no guarantee Owlin is required, but how many
I
checks do you have left? 3?
mean, it's like very high.
3 in Academy total left?
Yeah.
Both the manlet checks and then the plant creature check. I mean, Jim's not even really losing time to this because Deer did this with 1 bottle.
Mm.
But every second that Jim spends looking and not finding, just checking things that Deer already checked.
Yeah, but he's, I think more on the hints path than Deer is right now.
They have the same hints.
Yeah,
Also,
no,
why
but
isn't Deer
that's
going
what
to
I mean. Like Jim is following the hints more than Deer, in my opinion, right now.
I'd want to see someone do Owlin. Like, you know that Academy is Sots. There are 3 things left.
Yeah.
It feels a little bit aggressive. Someone do Owlin, please.
I don't think All In is aggressive at all. I think it's the only right thing to do. And I think Jim wanted to do that, but he thought he hadn't activated All In.
Deer is getting the Temple of Time hint stone.
This could be amazing.
Deer can also now place 5 beacons. Very important. What was on the Thunderhead hunts? Deer doesn't have those. Thunderhead was the one...
The Sky Sots was on that one.
Coloctos.
And the patrol beetle hint, I think.
No, Coloctos path hint.
Oh, that could be true as well, yeah.
Was definitely on Thunderhead because
Yeah, but that was the
that
sky, like that was like the caves, which leads to Spirit Charge, which leads to
Jim got the something path to Coloctos as Deer was getting scale, which was all there.
Mhm.
So
yeah.
I remember that.
It was that caves was like have to collect us.
And I mean, Jim is doing Owlin now, of course. But like, why did it take him so long to go to Academy, knowing that it was unresolved Sots?
Mm.
That's the only reason I say that I feel like he didn't know that it was unresolved Sots. Maybe he has the Sots hint and just didn't remember it was unresolved. Couldn't remember what he got there.
Yeah, exactly. But what DA Lewis said is pretty correct, yes. We're actually not having too many checks left. Crazy.
Owlin being the
You
required
need to save
progression.
you need to save the key quiz to do Olin, right? So Deer's like super far behind if something is on Olin.
Yeah, and at this point, given the bottleneck, it's super likely that something's on Owlin.
Yeah, I agree.
Jim has a few things left to check here in Farron, but
He's gonna get his 3rd bottle.
Owlin, if you haven't started Kikwis, is the length of a short dungeon. It is a very long check if you have not done Slingshot yet. Deer has started Slingshot, so it's not that bad, but...
But do you want to invest this time? Do you think you can beat Gymnast when you have to, like, you Slingshot this late into it?
Do you think you can beat Gymnast if you play safe and do slingshot?
Exactly.
There's no right answer. It's random, but that's what gambling is. Owlin, the 4th dungeon. Thank you, Alka. But given that Deer is in this race, I think the race time video quote that fits better is sometimes all I think about is Owlin, late nights in the middle of July.
It did
Who
just.
said that? That was a comment from Deer. That was a Deer comment. Okay, well, now I kind of want Kina to be the logical progression. Like, give it Colin's letter.
Why though? Why are you so mean?
It'd be funny.
Seems like Deer's getting the Thunderhead hint.
Should be all he's doing in here.
But
Well,
it
we're
didn't
about
get the
to find
Temple of
out.
Time hint in the end.
Yeah, it was a. Really felt like Deer. I feel like maybe it just took too long going in from that entrance. Deer gave up on it. Oh, Deer can't do it. They don't have slingshot. Oh my god, it's Kina. Bottle was Fear Zero. Why has no one done Kina?
Levias could also be it, right?
Levias is hinted dead.
Oh, hinted that.
And
Okay.
plus,
I
Levias
don't even
is
remember
always
these
hinted.
hints. It's crazy.
Because,
These like single check hints, I cannot remember them.
There's one person who has played more SSR than me, for sure, and it's Kit Kat. Everyone else is I've definitely played more, or I've hard to tell.
Definitely impressive.
Remembering hints is just
I don't know if like I can do like all thoughts and stuff, but like single checks is just too annoying for me to remember.
but Levias, even if
Why is Levias
Levias
hot blocked?
Levias is not hard blocked, but
Yeah.
the thing about Levias is he's an always hint, and logically, an item that's hinted will be hinted. You can get that hint with items that aren't on that. So if Levias had the logical progression, there'd be a hint in logic that you could get. What is Jim doing?
I'm not sure.
Good God, no one's done
Oh,
mines.
the one check in mines.
No one's
yeah.
done the one check in mines. Everyone forgot. Oh my god. I hope it's Keen, because I want both of these runners to be punished for Sphere Zero bottle no Kina at 2 hours. But and you know what? Kina being required makes Jim skipping Waterfall Cave punished. Because Deer set that up early.
Bit, yeah.
But I suppose we'll... Gymnast, where you... Oh, he's out of bombs.
That'll be an interesting Death Warp. Well, that's really...
I don't think he's gonna Death Warp. I think he's gonna reset. He saved.
Oh yeah, reset makes more sense actually, yeah. Unless it is something he wants.
Oh no, Deer's gonna go do Owlin, isn't he? Sometimes all he thinks about is Owlin.
Oh my lord.
Oh, it is the... Oh no, there's no way it's not this, right?
I mean, what else? What is we're missing?
Mitts on Kina?
I mean, I guess the only other way would maybe be like harp. There's like another myth somewhere, and that's like giving you the harp, which leads to something in Academy.
Mitts on Kina gives you Harp, which gives
Yeah.
you Bellows. Would be possible as well.
It's like the only thing if Mitz is on another check,
Yeah,
like not the one that is Bellows locked.
But I mean, it has to be this.
Yeah.
Didn't I say that Jim always goes back for this check?
Yep.
Why do you have to go and not do it? I can't believe everyone forgot that Jim skipped this. And Deer never did mines. Well, Deer's doing Kina, so... both of the remaining checks are being done. There is a huge discrepancy between the amount of checks that have been done by these runners, because even though they're both doing last
Jim has
location,
basically done like the whole game.
like from commentator perspective, one of these runners is about to win, and we don't know which one. Like very likely Jim. I think Jim's more likely, given logic. Yeah. But there's
yeah,
always a chance
this can either be Bo or
Kina,
Bellows. Both will lead.
Kina has to be Mitts here. I think. Like I think that's the only.
You mean for Deer to have like an advantage?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then Jim gets. If Jim gets nothing, then I feel like
so
Kina
unlikely though. It's
so something really. Yeah, it's just. Why is Deer delivering pumpkins? I think.
I mean, he doesn't know that Colton's letter is the one check in mines.
No, but like you don't have to deliver pumpkins. Somebody tell Deer that you don't have to deliver pumpkins.
Oh, for the...
Oh, Deer's doing harp minigame. Wasn't that hinted?
I mean, he can't do a harp minigame without harp, right?
Good point.
Oh, am I wrong?
No, you're right.
Yeah, I don't think you have to... Wait, to start Kina, don't you have to do the pumpkin carrying to start the crystal quest for Kina?
Nope. Rando removes that requirement.
That makes sense.
Deer is trying to do harp minigame without harp.
That's definitely nice.
Alright, here we go.
Yep, there's Bow, which leads to Beetle Heedle, which will lead to the item in Mines. And Desert.
Yep, so it was Bellows on...
Oh, we'll see a minigame! Let's go, guys! We thought maybe it would get skipped because nobody needs Heedle, but... Look at this.
We're gonna get to see Pumpkin Pull. It
We did it, boys.
Bellows at the end of Desert. It is.
Yeah.
I mean, here in the commentator chat booth, we know the rest of the seed.
Yep. The seed was funny for sure.
Like no one remembered that Jim orphans that one check, and Deer never did mines.
He did anything of Mines.
Deer hasn't
Nor
touched it
Thunderhead checks, nodes checks.
Thunderhead's dead.
Thunder node checks, sorry.
Oh, okay. Really? Deer skipped that?
I think so, yeah. Maybe I misremember.
Deer tried to do harp minigame without harp. I'm trying to wrap my head around that. Eldon? What are you doing in Eldon? Oh, Kina. Duh.
Yeah, picking up gold.
Kind of missed them starting.
Has he delivered the...
I was watching.
Has he delivered a crystal? Did anyone deliver the crystal? Just...
someone picked it up for sure. I think both runners picked it up.
Yeah, sure, but I think both didn't deliver it.
Crystal is evil, Crystal. Crystals.
Ah, okay, it was delivered.
Jim... Are you flexing, Jim?
Of course.
Can't you shoot the bell to make the game end faster?
If that's a thing, I did not know about it.
I feel like it was Esme who told me.
It would be interesting.
8-10. Did you know that in a random settings race with minigames on, I failed that for 40 minutes?
Yeah,
Very
mini
fun.
games are something else.
Minigames are free, guys. Easy, just get good.
Okay, good.
Would like to point out that despite the chaos, full, clear nonsense that this has been, we're only 2 hours into the seed.
Hmm.
But Jim still probably has to do LMF boss key check. So,
We had to get hard.
yep. I blame Esme. I might be making that
Blame
up, but
Esme.
blame Esme. She's
Rude.
the one who told me. Hey, I'm just repeating what I heard. No, Jim. Okay, Jim? Yes, okay. I thought he was going into LMF.
The fastest path.
You're right, but it was also the fastest path to LMF.
True. I think it would have been funnier if Shaq would have had something, but this way makes more sense.
Yeah, I think Shaq would have been the best outcome.
I guess the only good thing for Deer is that he does not have to do slingshot in the end.
I just think that the seed kind of turned out perfect. Like, Jim skipped the check I said he always goes back for and never went back for it. And it was the required progression for Bo, for a mini game, for Bellows.
Yeah, you could have gotten that like a while ago.
Which is required to get Mitts, which is required to get Harp. Like this seed.
So the reason, by the way, this
Insane.
chest is not opened is because it should be set for this chest, I'm pretty sure.
Also, it was hinted that. That chest is technically in logic with just claw shots, so, but it's super out of the way, so it's one of the hinted. It's one of the sometimes hints. And I do remember it being hinted. Dear, you cannot do harp minigame without the harp.
But what if he wants to? Maybe
What-
you can
what are you
find
go-
like
what are you
another
gonna play,
instrument, you know?
Dear, what are you gonna play?
Maybe like a cup or something, you know? You can like do the music with cups.
You don't even have, like if you had Gust Bellows, you could like blow Kina and she could make
Low
notes for you.
Kina. Let's just ignore that, okay? Yeah, I mean, Jim needs harp, but he knows what harp is. A harp is mid-slugged in Elden. And mids is in
no
LMF.
mode. Jim has been in no mode since he got the bow.
Yeah.
He's not in go mode yet, though. Because there are still technically 4 different places. Still technically 4 different places that, the harp could be.
Yeah, I mean, you still... But it's behind mids.
I just want to say, I would have won this seed if mitts are on map chest. Because in this seed, I 100% would have RBM'd map chest.
Or maybe you would have lose.
If it's not on map chest, I lose this race for sure. Wait, no I don't, because I don't orphan the check in mines. I said explicitly that I would not have gone through mines.
Yeah, but maybe you would have delayed it as long as Jim has it and overall going to mines.
Oh, deer is in mines. I'm just now noticing.
Yeah.
Okay, so deer. Following Jim into go mode very shortly. Deer's only saving grace currently is that Deer has done a little bit of LMF, but they still have to do Pumpkin Pole and Fire Node and Pipit's Crystals. I forgot its name.
Yeah, so we're still looking for the boss key here in LMF.
And hopefully another pair of mitts.
I mean, so yeah, to skip the boss key one, yeah, that is fair.
The boss key check is a very long check.
But I could also see Jim being like, okay, if I get boss key, I'll just rush for the boss key chest, you know, which is probably faster than getting every check, hoping to get another mitts.
Depends on where the boss key is. You know, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
You grab shortcut chest, and if that's mitts, you cheer. It's like, woo.
Yeah, that's a small key. Not the key we're looking for necessarily.
But there is a check that hard requires the small key.
Yep.
And
Sure.
did Jim get hit by that missile before voiding out?
No, I don't think so.
I really want to know if he took damage from that missile, because it hit him while he was falling. But I couldn't tell if he took damage. I know he missed and fell, but it looked like he got hit by the missile while he was falling. Moment of truth. Mitts on this chest. And I'm gonna make fun of them for not RBMing it, even though this is a very impractical RBM. Deer just about to get his bow. And I'd say, besides the bow and Bellows and Beetle, the runners are even. Monkey. Interesting. Okay, I'm not gonna hypothetical what I would have done in this season. Because now it's off the rails. Now I'd be doing Scaldero. Guys, why are you doing the arrow? We haven't put it in the door yet. Deer getting the bow. Deer realizing I have to go do pumpkin pole.
Yep.
Cadit, the harp is in Eldon in one of the dig spots. And there's a pair of mitts on LMF boss key. There's another pair of mitts lurking around somewhere. It'd be very funny if it was in a dig spot.
Honestly, by now that would make a lot of sense.
Yeah. But it could also be somewhere here in LMF. Or like Malara's house, or Skippers. It could be in Skippers.
Nice bonk into the sand, as you would expect. I bonk into the sand all the time.
Very hard sand.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Oh, jeez. No, I think this race might just be over on the principle of pumpkin pull. I don't think Deer has practiced it very much.
I mean, you could have banned minigames. If you wanted to.
The only time I've ever done pumpkin pull in a seed, it took me 40 minutes. And I still prefer to ban EUD off to minigames. You know, sometimes it's just that mode you hate even more. And I think Deer hates cubes.
That's fair.
Deer picked open. Oh. It looks like Deer's actually doing fine.
Yeah.
Deer should have this.
It's pretty fine to me.
Hey,
But it seems like, yeah, Jim is going for the
shaky
Bosky
start.
here.
Deer
Getting
just
his
had
mitts.
Deer just had a bit of a shaky start. Why is Jim of all people doing this with the beetle?
I think he's low on bombs, maybe?
I feel like that has to be it.
And I guess there is bomb refill in the Bosky room, but...
Harmjan, dig spot RBM is not meta. This is a... Deer just shot Fledge in the face like 4 times.
I mean, dig spot IBM in this case was just important to not give someone an advantage, right? Both, I mean, Jim had to do it because he was scared of giving over the hub.
Yeah, because if
Too
Harp was
early.
on dig spot, you knew it was on one of the 5 dig spots, and if it was on the one that you can RBM,
But yeah. But now we know it wouldn't really have helped because Harp is very, very late into the seat.
yeah, and especially
It doesn't
since
lead
you
to
can-
anything.
Well, no, it would have helped because then you wouldn't have had to go on this crazy Bruce chase for the Gust Bellows. You could have beat LMF without the Gust Bellows.
Ooh, you could have just beat it over with Gus Bells. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, it would have helped actually. That is very fair.
I'm proud of you, Shiny Turtwig. Doing dig spot RBM all the
That
time.
was just a good sentence. I'm proud of you, Shiny Turdwick.
That is a good sentence.
And I guess mids could also be hard blocked. The other mids. In like, I don't know, Baron or in Night Academy
It could be Heedle.
or Kina.
We got Kina. Deer got Kina.
Well, Harp playing with Kina.
Alright. I thought that was hinted. I don't actually know though. Chat said it was hinted.
I don't know, considering that Dio was trying it for a while, I thought it wasn't hinted. Nice bow use. I like it.
Are there circumstances where throwing my Wii out of the window is a justifiable play? Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe as you're throwing it, you know, Link does certain movements and ends up getting the right checks, you know? And then you just need to buy a new one.
Cosmic rays to arbitrarily flip the dig spot RBM bit.
Yeah.
Gotta throw it fast enough.
You definitely beat the game by destroying it, you know?
Beat.
That's another way to beat the game, you know? You punches. Hit the reset button on the floor, yeah.
I would like to see a world where Deer gets the boss key and rushes Moldarak, hoping that there's a non-mitts locked mitts somewhere. Because this is
Like,
this is
he's
taking
just
their
too far
time.
behind. Even if he would do it, it wouldn't be
Yeah.
leading to anything. Fortunately for him.
I mean, he hasn't even entered LMF with Bellows yet.
I mean, Jim's
But if
gonna
you were-
be at the boss before Darian entered LMF.
I really wonder. what
Here
the
we
other
have
characters-
these bad boys that have been... We knew about them from the start.
Yeah, those were hinted very early.
And like 2 hours later, we finally get them.
and they're
Like Harp
probably
and
required.
Mitts were so early hinted.
If we see the other pair of mitts, there's a chance we see it on a dig spot. Jim is just, while he's looking through relevant.
Maybe,
The
but it
chance
could
we see
also
the other
be
pair.
on. Yeah. So unfortunately, you wouldn't have won the seat. Raid, I'm sorry. At least not with your LMF play.
Yeah, because you would end up needing.
Yep.
The mitts. Well, I mean, Jim didn't full clear. Oh no,
he did like he did like basically full clear. I guess maybe the maybe skip like.
Yeah, because I wouldn't have gone through this.
And those chests we saw on Deer's side. So I think the only one, if he still has a small key, then he skipped like one chest. That doesn't.
The only two chests that have not been seen in LMF. One of them would have required a ridiculous amount of work, like 4 RBMs, 5-6 instances of back in time to get the small key, to get the check. Even I wouldn't have done that in a race.
Yeah.
And the other one is hard luck.
Yeah, well, Jim needs to beat this dungeon and get Harp, and Harp would be his go mode item. But he knows where it is, so he's go mode. But you know,
he still needs to find it. There are still 4 different places it could be. 4 different checks. We'll see. Maybe Jim finds the cool new soft block. He did dig spot RBM. That's step 1. Now he has to find the cool new soft block.
Okay.
And he'll be.
Steer's going for the waterfall cave, up the buff waterfall cave in stone.
When you're
like,
go mode?
Yeah, I'm not sure why. What is this one? The one that says Harpus and Eldon, maybe? No. Wait.
No, he had that hint stone. I think he just muscle memoried it. He's checking this.
Did he?
Oh my god, dear you! What in the world? You can't keep getting away with it. Like, he's still gonna lose. But he can't keep getting away with it. What are they putting in the water in Greece? That's making deer.
It's maybe just the water Deer's drinking, you know. There must be something. I think second Mitz's Welder's luck was confirmed.
That was confirmed to us. That was not confirmed to Deer.
Well, it must be like random luck water, rather. I wouldn't call it smart.
He can't keep getting away with it. If... God. He's still gonna lose. But you can't pull that much luck out right at the end.
He might still still different ones. He still was the second one he got it, which is pretty lucky.
Oh, I thought it was the first one. I thought he just beelined that. Well, I mean, Jim is going to get it second as well.
No, I mean it's like the other one is like right next to Earth Temple, right?
Yeah.
So it is basically his first one.
Okay, but like,
he could have gone for the Thunderhead Rock one.
I would believe that Deer skipped the one in front of Earth Temple because he forgot, or he had like a moment of, I'll get this one first. Like, this man rescued only Erla.
Yeah, he rescued only Erla.
I can't stress enough how funny that is to me that he rescued only Erla and then left.
Should ask him about it.
I will ask him about it.
His Farron choices.
No one else has finished yet Phoenix Dev. These runners are the only 2 racing right now.
Hello, Jim has finished.
Jim is probably finished, but
Yeah, no. That will also go what can be said on a tracker and harp. Yeah, and Mitz on deer has forgotten.
Deer saved so much time, but he's still gonna lose. It's unfortunate.
I don't know why second Mitz is logically bellows locked. I don't know where you're getting this. It could be harp locked as well.
Yeah, it could have been harp locked. Could have been mitts locked. Second mitts could have been mitts locked. Like, it doesn't have to be explicitly bellows locked.
Yeah.
There are a lot of checks it could be.
He just decided to take that bellows check.
Like,
yes, you had to get bellows no matter what. That is correct. But you know, you could get the mitts that you know about, or you could just look for other checks and hope that they have mitts. You know.
You know, there's Colin's letter. There's song from
There's
Impa.
harp minigame. There is this check on the Steel Temple with harp, which we now know, you know, doesn't have it, but he could have had it.
There are the other dig spots. There's summit digging.
Yes.
No, wait, no, not
no, that's
summit
Morgan
digging.
Mitz, so that wouldn't need.
Not summit. I was like, oh yeah, now it could be on summit digging because the harp was locked by mitts were locked. There were a lot of places it could have been. I just think deer had a deer play. You know,
Yeah, he just was like, well,
finding it.
Yep.
But again, like I've been saying, not quite enough to make up for the fact that Jim found the bow how much earlier? Felt like 10 minutes or something. That's true, J-Dude, but everything in LMF is also bellows locked, and you have to do all of that anyways. So... And beetle locked. It could have been beetle locked. There are things that he didn't need bellows for still. Also could have been on skippers.
Could have been a shack chest. The second bits could have been the shack chest.
And as far as Deer knew, it could have been on pirates because Deer had not been to pirates.
Or Thundernode. Or Slingshot.
Deer did Slingshot because Deer didn't do Owlin?
No, Deer did not do Owlin or Slingshot. He just rescued Erla, as you said.
Oh, okay, yeah. They didn't know what they're talking about. You're getting boss key.
No, I believe that you understand what's going on. I just don't think it changes the fact that there was a lot of checks for Deer that he has not checked that could have had it. Or he knew. But it's fair just getting the bellows check that's nearby.
Still could have been on pirates, as far as Deer knows. Assuming Jim dies at some point, with the combination of Jim... Yeah, but Deer didn't know that. That couldn't have influenced the play.
Yeah, with the combination of Jim's checks, for sure.
Now that Jim has finished Horde, Jim would need to die a lot of times for this race to be close.
Jim. And
Yes,
the thing is, Jim now has probably done the G3 type a lot in practice with just Goddess Sword, so
yeah,
I think he'll be fine.
And a huge, like, I don't want to come across as, you know, but Deer is not the greatest execution-wise. I think Deer is better than Deer gives himself credit for, because I've seen Deer get Guardian Potion, Fairy, and a Heart Potion for Horde, and then only take 2 hits. So, I think Deer could do a little bit more than they let on in Horde, but they still elect to really prepare for it. And when your opponent is Gymnast, any kind of like little deficit that you have in execution is multiplied. Deer is a hop runner because of what we just saw, not because of not because of Horde. I raged hard on comms. What did I do?
Yeah,
don't remember.
Raid is just so evil. I'm so scared coming with him.
I'm dangerous.
He's gonna
I have
find
to be
me and
put
kill
down.
me.
I did say we should kidnap Esme and force them to give her.
Yeah,
their
and
setup
you wanted to
over.
blow in Kina, you know? Just saying.
Was it something about stealing a clock from Beetle? Clocking Beetle?
Yeah, clock. You wanted to check the clock, yeah? On Beetle.
Check the clock in Beetle's shop.
But we go for a GG here.
GG from Gymnast, finishing in 2 hours, 30 minutes, and 29 seconds. And the time is gone. And hello?
Here it is. Our declared winner, GG to you.
Hello. GG.
Hello. So what do you think about this this run, the seed?
I think Muzu has some explaining to do.
I'm
Definitely
so sorry
funny
to-
how early we knew about Mitz and Harp. And how late we
And
got them.
Beetle,
Yeah.
too.
And the
Mhm.
beetle.
And the fact that the hook beetle was required is funny. With Bo.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Jim.
like when-
I said when you went through mines, Jim always goes back for the statue as soon as possible.
No.
It
Not
was
this
so
time.
long. It was so long that we
Mhm.
actually forgot. Like, we were convinced that Kina was required. Until
Oh,
you went
I
back
see.
in the mines.
It was almost required. And the double sword on skippers and nothing else in Sansi.
Oh yeah, required Sansi,
Mm-hmm.
but only for either sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean for a while, with the like Lanayru Desert on the way to Moldorak, I was like, okay, so I was either Cave's Key and there's something in Skippers, or it's Hook Beetle locked.
Yeah. That's
I
what
was
we were
at
thinking
the beginning.
too.
I was hoping for like it was something in Sansi because that's where I pushed early on.
Mm-hmm.
But that was not the case. Although at least we did get the swords, which were nice.
Yeah.
After you finished, how much did you catch of the ending of Deer's run?
Oh wait, am I using the wrong mic?
Because
Oh yeah.
Deer is not here. He's
Okay.
exhausted and wanting to rest. Okay. But so you got Bo like I think 10, 15 minutes before Deer did.
Okay.
But the race was actually a lot closer than that. Yeah, Deer also tried to do harp minigame without harp twice.
Yeah,
The
but
race
mainly
was
the main
actually
thing was
a lot
yeah,
closer than that, because as soon as Deer got the gust bellows in Fire Node, they went back to Skyloft, immediately checked Bird's Nest, and got the other pair of mitts.
yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking like the other pyramids. It's out there somewhere, but all I was willing to check was Dust
Yeah.
Maze and the chest after the Musky chest.
For sure. Just getting the safe one.
And Deer also never checked Pirates. Like, that's such an insane play to me, because Deer still had maybe like 5 or 6 locations that could have had the other pair of mitts. Went straight for Bird's Nest.
I have like a question for your routing, because you had like the hint that Sky is a way to Coloctos,
Yeah.
and you got Fire Shield earrings, but you decided to take like quite a while before you ended up following that. Is there any reason, or do you like think there was something else you might be looking for? Or...
Well, yeah, I mean, at that point, especially with like the Ancient Cistern Baron hint, and I think by that point I had Claw Shots and Beetle.
Yeah.
I think. So
Yeah,
the only thing logically left was Water Dragon Scale. I mean, I had
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
So I was like, well, this doesn't really unlock anything except the 2 checks in Lake Floria. So, like, if I push the Fire Shield earrings, because there could have been something else in the sky that I needed, like the Beetle check or
it kind of felt like you
Fun Island, which thankfully was not required.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of minigames hinted that, except Pumpkin Pull, which was hilariously required because it was.
Yeah, well, the first time you think like, oh, it's probably not required, because I mean, like, Hook Beetle is not necessarily required for LMF. But then it ends up being in Fire Node.
It felt like you kind of bounced between hint groups. Like, you started doing Lineru, looking for the path to Moldarak, and then I thought you were going to go straight to Sandship, but then you went and did Earth Temple, or Sandsea.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time in Sandship this morning.
Probably like the check density was not good enough for the skipper's checks.
Well, I mean, ultimately it wouldn't have really made a difference.
Yeah,
but...
for sure.
Yeah, well, okay, because I think at that point I was like, some part of me was like, okay, there's. I don't remember if I had the Beetle by that point. I think I had to have had the Beetle by that point. I think I was like thinking about it wrong. Part of me was like, okay, so I know that the Hook Beetle is on bow, or like Hook Beetle requires bow. But what if like bow is on skippers?
Yeah.
Or something like that, which means that like the Spirit of the Sword hint could have still been the Cave's Key.
Yeah, but it was useless.
Yeah.
It was just weird seeing you, like, we thought you were gonna go to Summit to get the path to Coloctos. And
I guess you went to Lineru,
and then you full cleared Lineru, and like, oh, there's a sword in Skippers, he should just go chase the path there. And then you went back to, like, I think you went to Farron. And that was... Or Earth Temple, I couldn't remember.
I did Earth Temple after that.
Yeah, I think Earth Temple, and after Earth Temple you did Fire Shield Earrings. But I guess the good part about Fire Shield Earrings also like the hints there.
Yeah, so, that was another good thing there.
Like, good to do that first before deciding to like continue in the Sandsea stuff. So overall, I think you checked like almost all the checks.
Almost
up until like Harp and Bellows stuff.
You did skip all the Harp and Bellows locked things, though.
Yeah.
Or most.
But that's not too much, to be fair. And you did end up with every item.
Yeah.
Deer being
all
tired.
real items.
Yep.
Deer being tired kind of makes sense.
Yeah, this honestly, like, at the 2-hour mark, I was like, oh my god, this seed is such a slog.
And
yeah,
at the end, like, watching Deer try and play Harp minigame twice without the Harp was like, I think Deer is kind of gone.
Well,
trying to make gambles into the imaginary realm.
Yep.
I mean, it's
some
like,
imaginary instruments.
Harp is the thing that's been holding you down and preventing you from go-moding the seed.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, I'll look for Harp on the Harp minigame. Like, I feel like that's gotta be I'm tired, I'm stressed. Not stressed, but like I'm worried I'm gonna lose.
Yeah.
I'm feeling behind. Because when you both full cleared the seed, you both had to feel behind.
Oh yeah, I did feel behind. I mean, I felt like I think the only time I didn't feel behind was when I went to Elden first and got claw shots. I was like, okay, good. There's something good here.
That was a cool like skipping part of Skyloft and going out did really pay off well. I think also like delaying, even though you got the Sots hint for Beetle and Betrow, delaying it to get more crystals and more money played out really well. So you could like basically full clear both of them once you got there.
Well, yeah, that was good just because bombs are on Betrow 40.
Yeah.
And then I dipped into Thunderhead for the hint for the Sky on the path to Coloptos hint and the 50 crystals dead hint, which was nice.
There was a great moment in the race. I know I've brought it up to death already, but Deer went to Farron to get the bomb checks and rescued one Kikwi and left. Just like I feel like Deer was trying to bounce around and like find a gamble somewhere.
Yeah, this seed didn't really reward gambling at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you had done mines with bombs, and I remember now that I said that you should have done caves first at the start of the seed, and I looked really dumb when you found caves key right outside caves. But honestly, you never were incentivized to go back to mines because
if you didn't have the other two checks, then maybe
Academy
you would have
was
done that earlier.
And mines wasn't. So like, why not go do Academy checks?
Yeah, why not
do a little bit longer? But they're sots.
Yeah.
So.
Also, just very funny that you started Olin Quest twice.
Oh yeah, I think I realized that like a little bit after the second time. I was like, wait, didn't I do this already?
Yeah. Very unfortunate, but it worked out.
I have to ask, why are you skipping Waterfall Cave? I'm terrified.
I find that the pathing, like the pathing of do the Academy checks, dip out to the sky and get hints, and then if either Eldon or Farron are open, dip into them, and then like circle back around the sky to like get the last hint, talk to Oriel, and then go back to Skyloft and do everything else. It's just like I feel like the pathing is just better, and it just tends to work out.
Yeah, and just getting hints as early as possible can really lead you in a certain direction. And with like everything being open, it's also like everything is CS0, so it might just be less likely something is on Skyloft overall.
Yeah, especially in open.
Yeah,
I think like even before the race started, I committed to like doing the circle around the sky and visiting each region.
Yeah.
Before going back to Skyloft.
Wow. Okay. I mean, I thought I'd ask because we've had a lot of different answers, but that one actually, I feel like unique is a little patronizing, but it definitely makes more sense than a lot of answers we've got. Or why you didn't do caves for an hour.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty normal with my routing these days.
I mean, if it's the logical progression, you won't take you an hour to get back there, technically.
Yeah, probably not. And even if it is logical progression, I'll at least get to explore a little bit of like the surface regions.
I mean, it'd still do like a lot of checks in the end, just different checks. And in this seed, we had to do like almost all checks anyway. It feels like.
I mean, if you did mines.
Well, directly about bombs, you had to do mines and then follow up on that Coddle's letter. So you
I mean, the problem was like, at least with the way I decided to do it, like I decided to go through mines first and like circle around the desert and then go to caves instead of like going to caves first and then maybe backtracking to mines later. So there was only that one check in mines still left. So I was like, there's a lot of checks in Lanayru. And Lanayru is the Sot region, not
Yes.
mines.
Yeah. Feels like the thing you want to do. Yeah, right. I don't think I have any further questions. I was just doing a lot of checks and trying to figure out what the hints wanted from you.
Nice dig spot, RBM.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, well, there's a 20%
one.
chance Harp is here, so.
Yeah. Would have been insane because there would have been a big lead. You know, you don't need digimits.
Yeah.
You could skip Bellows and LMF, as we now know, with the boss key being like in the, what was it? In the west side or something?
Yeah, the map chest.
Yeah, the map chest. I guess, yeah. I don't know if you can, maybe you can REM something there and skip Bellows.
I think, yeah, because like, can't you just bit warp and go in that room backwards?
Oh yeah, true. That works.
Oh wait, no, you still need the bellows to blow the sand away. Maybe, I don't know. Can you RBM away the sand?
The expert
sorry,
here.
I was hoping
Map
someone
chest.
was homebrewed.
Can you
What
get
do you
map
need to
chest
do for
without
map
bellows?
chest?
You RBM the box to be pushed all the way, and you RBM the Armos to be dead, so you don't actually need to hit the time shift stone.
Oh,
Because when the
Open
Armos is
door,
dead,
yeah.
the gate is raised.
Yeah.
In
Alright,
theory,
well, that's
yeah.
good to know.
Yeah. But it ended up that it was not on that dig spot, so, well, still worth it.
Unfortunate.
Alright, I don't have any more questions.
That's all from me.
No. GG again for you, Gymnast. I'll give it over to the restreamer.
GG's.
GG's, yeah. Just have one question. How did you like to sit overall?
Thumbs down. Where's Muzu?
That's a good question.
Where's your location? We'll find you.
I will find you, Muzu, and you won't survive it.
Comes with the gas bellows.
Calm down the threats, guys.
Gonna throw all the dust around in your house.
Oh, so you're doing Malara but reversed. That's an interesting threat. That's true, she's in the VC with us. Anyway, next on Zelda Speedruns, we have the Season 3 of the Majora's Mask Randomizer. Winners bracket round 3, Jess versus Beck. I think it's still maintained, and it's at 9 PM EST, so it's in 4 hours. If my time zones are not wrong. I think it is, yeah. Otherwise, there's not much going on, so yeah. I wish you all a great rest of your day. And I want to thank again our commentators. Sorry, Peppernicus and Red Spinner. Our trackers, DI Lucifer and Muzu. And our runners for letting us doing this restream, so Jim and Deer. And yeah, that's it for ZeldaSpeedRuns for now. I wish you a great rest of your day, as I said earlier, and we will see you at a later moment. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Yeah, and thanks to our restreamer, of course.